Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. You know, the Italians are not only known for their fantastic cuisine when it comes to food and wine, but they're also known for their pastries and their cookies. And today, folks, I'm going to share with you a family recipe that we've had in the household for years. Every Italian household has made these at one point or another. Growing up as a child, we had them all the time. The classic Italian pizzelle. And I'm going to show you our recipe right now, and I'll tell you what, folks, this thing comes together so quickly and so easily. Literally within 15 minutes, you've got your pizzelle. It's great for us adults who are always in a hurry, but you know what else it's great for? Children. Get some children, get these ingredients, make some pizzelle. It's instant. They'll see them being made right in front of their eyes. You don't have to wait to bake it in the oven. Pizzelle come out, they can eat them right away, and you can do many different things with pizzelle. So let's get started. So it's 260 grams of flour with 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now, quite simply, we're going to add to a separate bowl 3 large eggs. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now to the 3 eggs, quite simply, we are going to add 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Now, with the sugar, if you're making these for children and you want less sugar, no problem. Use a 1/2 cup. They won't be as sweet, but they'll still be tasty. And on the flip side, if you wanted a little more sugar, you can go with 3/4 cup. But I've gone with 2/3 of a cup. That's the nice balance between sweetness and taste, and I like that. So once you've added your sugar to your egg, very simply, just beat it for about 2 to 3 minutes until the egg changes color. You just want to see like a nice golden yellow, light yellow color. Okay, let's do that. 2 to 3 minutes. There we go. So as you can see, it's a nice pale yellow color. It's been about 2 to 3 minutes. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of, I've got grapeseed oil. You could use regular vegetable oil. That's no problem. But 1/3 of a cup, that goes in. Okay. Then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay. And we go with 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And lastly, this is optional, is anise extract. So I like to use 1 teaspoon of anise extract. I mean, every Italian household, when they make these, they use the anise. So it's optional. Oh, look at that. I got exactly 1 teaspoon. It is optional, but if you want the authentic pizzelle, you should use the almond or the anise extract. Now, the other option you could do, if you're making just for adults, you can use anisette liqueur. Okay, there we go. Now all we need is like 15 seconds just to blend them all together. Done. Okay, that's how easy that was. Now we take our flour and our baking powder mixture that we mixed earlier, and now all we do is add that to the liquid and mix it in together to form our dough. Okay, so just mix it all together until all the flour is incorporated and you've got yourself a nice dough. It's going to look almost like a pancake batter mix. Okay, so just keep mixing until all that flour has been absorbed. We're just about there. A little more mixing. I don't see any more white, so I'm going to say we're good to go. All right, let's go make pizzelle. Okay, so we're going to make 2 pizzelle at a time with this electric pizzelle maker, and as you can see there's the patterns on the inside. It almost looks like you're making waffles. Similar sort of thing, but they're much, much thinner. Okay, so we're going to make 2 at a time. I remember when my mother used to make them, she had a little machine that was hinged, a little hand device that was hinged on the end. She put the batter in and then just closed the handle and put it on a stove and cook it on one side and cook it on the other, making 1 pizzelle at a time. But now we're going to make 2 at a time. You can make 4 at a time. There's different sizes. These are 5-inch. It's a good size. You make 2 at a time. It's great. Okay, so this is preheated. Quite simply, we're going to open that up. Take about a tablespoon of batter. If you use too much batter, it's going to overseep. If you don't use enough, you're going to have a small pizzelle. So depending on the size of the pizzelle maker you have will determine how much batter you're going to use. So I'm going to use about a heaping tablespoon, let's call it. Okay, that's going to go down, and depending on the color, I'm going to start my timer going right now. The longer it stays, the darker they get, quite simply, obviously. So depending on what you like, I like mine to be just, I don't like them to be white, but I don't like them to be all brown. They got to be like a nice, just a hint of golden color to them. That would be perfect. And then I'll show you what we could do with these as extra fun. So let's give it a minute and 10 seconds. We'll see what it looks like, and then we'll judge our time from there. Okay, minute and 10 seconds is up. Okay, and these ones are still a little on the white side, but I'm going to show you what we can do with those. See, that's just basically white, but I'm going to put this white one in this bowl and just push it down while it's hot. And this one, I'm going to take it and I'm going to just roll it to make like a cannoli shell. And the time to do that is when they're hot. When they come right out, you can shape them into different shapes. And this will dry and harden as a bowl shape. And then especially for kids, you can put a little ice cream in there and they can have it a little bit of fun, or you can make a cannoli. But right now, those are just a couple options. There's a lot more options you could do with Pizzelle. Let's get a couple more in there. And this time I'm gonna go a minute and 20 seconds. A little bit, just a little bit longer. And let's see the color we get this time around. Okay, change that to 20 and let's start. Okay, timer's up. There you, okay, that to me, that's what I like. I like that nice little bit of golden brown. And look at the different designs here. You can see it's got like a floral design here, and then just kind of a checker plate design, but it's actually the same design on both. The floral design is just on the other side and the checker on this side. Now you can see this one had less batter. This one had more batter and it filled in a little bit better. And then once you've made them, just put them on a cooling rack, let them cool. All right, let's get a couple more going, and let's see, let's put that in there. We're gonna stick with a minute and 20 seconds. And I'll tell you what else you can do with these Pizzelle. It's actually limitless. Okay, so I'm gonna start that again. Put a minute and 20 seconds, get my timer going. Okay, so the other thing you could do with these Pizzelle, once they've cooled, you could quite simply sprinkle a little bit of icing sugar on top if you want a little bit of icing sugar. That's great, it holds nice, it tastes great, a little bit of icing sugar. You could also make yourself a peanut butter and jam sandwich, boom. Or, as we did as youngsters growing up in an Italian household, a little bit of Nutella, and you make a Nutella sandwich. You can make an ice cream sandwich. There's all kinds of things you could do with Pizzelle. But as you've seen here, a minute and 20 seconds, imagine doing this with children. You put the batter in, you got their attention. It's only a minute and 20 seconds. Boom, you open it up, you take out the Pizzelle, and they can start eating them right away. So for children, it's a fantastic, fantastic thing to do. And now here's our cannoli. There you go. So now you can use that and fill that as a cannoli shell. And this one here, which is now cooled, is cup shaped. It's taken the shape of the cup. And now you've got a bowl that you could, add some ice cream or put some fruit in there for the kids, a little bit of fruit. That would be ideal as well. Oh, there's our timer. Let's dismiss that, open it up. Oh yeah, that's perfect color. For me, that's perfect color. And this is a nicer size, as you can see here. There we go. That's a perfect size, right? So again, about 1 tablespoon seems to do it. Okay, so let me finish off this batter and have some more fun making these Pizzelle. And I can tell you one thing, folks. The next time my grandkids come over, this is exactly what we're gonna do right here. Okay, and my last batch is now done. Okay, we'll take those two out. There we go. That has yielded me, this recipe will make about a dozen Pizzelle. In this case, I've got about 14 here. So you're gonna get, depending on how full your batter is, how big they are, but roughly 12 to 14 Pizzelle. And now for the taste test. And there we have it, folks. Aren't they nice? Look at that. I went and put a little bit of icing sugar on these ones here, but that's what it's all about, the classic Italian Pizzelle. Let me do this. Let's do this cannoli one here. See? Excellent taste. Not too sweet. To me, that's perfect. And as I said earlier, if you like them sweeter, by all means, just add a little more sugar, or you can put the icing sugar on as you wish. But I'll tell you what, whether you're an adult or a child, this classic Italian pizzelle has been around for years, and it'll be around for a lot more years to come. I can't wait to make these for my grandkids and for my siblings and my friends as well. Children or adults, they're great to have. Hope you give this recipe a try. Thanks for tuning in to Cooking with the Koyas. Always great to see you, and until next time, buon appetito.